I spent 12 years building a life with Daniel. 12 years believing that loyalty, sacrifice, and love actually meant something. That morning, I thought we were celebrating our wedding anniversary. Instead, I watched my husband stand in our luxury dining room, adjusting his expensive watch, the one I bought him last Christmas, while preparing to destroy everything we had built together. He didn't even look guilty. In fact, he looked relieved. "Emma," he said casually, placing divorce papers on the table, "I think it's time we stop pretending." For a second, I thought I had heard him wrong. I stared at the papers. Divorce. My fingers froze. Daniel leaned against the kitchen counter and smiled like a man finally setting himself free. I met someone. For words. For simple words that erased 12 years of marriage. I slowly lifted my eyes toward him. He continued. "Her name is Vanessa. She makes me feel alive again." Alive. Interesting word. Especially considering I had spent 12 years helping him build the empire he was now standing inside. The million-dollar home. The luxury cars outside. The company. The private investments. Everything. I built it. And somehow, he thought he was leaving as the winner. Daniel walked toward the window. "I've been unhappy for years," he continued. "I stayed because I didn't want to hurt you, but Vanessa understands me." I stayed silent. No tears. No screaming. No begging. And that confused him. He expected pain. Instead, I simply reached for my glass of water and took a sip. He frowned. "That's it?" he asked. "No emotional breakdown?" I looked directly into his eyes. Then I smiled. "You finished?" He laughed. "Emma, don't make this difficult." That was when I understood something terrifying. He had already planned everything. This wasn't guilt. This was calculation. He believed I was weak. He believed I would sign the divorce papers immediately. He believed he had already won. What he forgot was one very important detail. He had spent 12 years underestimating me. I quietly picked up my phone. Daniel smirked. "Calling your sister to cry?" I unlocked the screen. Found one contact. Pressed call. 3 rings. Then a calm voice answered. "Yes, Miss Carter?" I stood up slowly, my eyes never leaving Daniel. "Olivia," I said quietly. "Begin phase 7. Silence. Then Olivia answered immediately. "Understood." I ended the call. Daniel stared at me. What the hell was that? I walked past him. Completely calm. "Nothing." I smiled softly. "Just the beginning of your worst mistake." His face changed instantly. For the first time, I saw uncertainty. But he still laughed. "You think I'm scared?" I sat back down. Folded my hands. Then I said words that would haunt him forever. "You transferred company shares yesterday." His smile disappeared. I continued. "You secretly moved $50,000 from our investment account last week." His breathing changed. And I paused. "You've been using company funds to pay for Vanessa's apartment for almost 8 months." Daniel's face turned pale. "How do you know that?" I leaned forward. "Because I've known about Vanessa for 6 months." Complete silence. He looked like someone punched the air from his lungs. "You?" "Yes," I interrupted. "I knew everything. The hotel bookings. The hidden bank account. The expensive gifts. The secret dinners. I knew all of it." Daniel stepped backward. "You were spying on me?" I almost laughed. Spying? Interesting accusation. Especially coming from a man who had spent months stealing from the woman who trusted him most. "No, Daniel." I stood up. "I was protecting what belongs to me." Suddenly, his phone vibrated. He pulled it out. His face changed instantly. Another notification. Then another. Then another. He looked terrified. "My company access," he whispered. "Gone." Another alert. His bank account access frozen. Another alert. Corporate card disabled. Another alert. Security credentials revoked. Daniel looked at me like he was seeing a stranger. "What did you do?" I walked toward the fireplace. Calm. Cold. Controlled. You remember signing those business documents 2 years ago? He nodded slowly. Well, I smiled. You never actually owned any part of the company. His entire body froze. I could see panic spreading through his face. That's impossible. No, I said quietly. You just never bothered reading what you signed. He rushed toward the papers on the table. Hands shaking. No,